China has a robust private sector that is the largest part of their economy. It's certainly the most productive part. And in the digital space, it has played a very strong role that now the Chinese government is increasingly uneasy with, trying to rein in lots of ways.
Well, it's so interesting because up until, 6 months ago, I would have said the model in China is completely different, right? They're state champions, they're, working with the large tech companies to help advantage them, over the American tech companies. It's, and then, Jack Ma disappears and it's like, wait, what's going on? There's been, a massive shift that I did not anticipate in the way that the CCP views its tech sector. And one of the interesting questions will be, what is there is a chance it ultimately makes the Chinese tech sector, right, more efficient, right? If you have less government championing of particular winners, maybe you have more competition, right? There are a number of people who've written about China who actually feel like this could be a useful move to increase the relative power of Chinese tech because you won't have large, inefficient companies that are beholden to the government and the government is beholden to. My guess, though, is that, there's been $1 trillion in market cap valuation wiped away over the last few months in China because of the moves of the government. In an interesting way, the executives at Microsoft and Amazon, Google and Facebook must be thinking, this is, or maybe even more importantly at Ericsson, right, which is getting, beaten by Huawei and lots of, direct competition, are well, maybe if the Chinese government isn't backing them all, maybe there's, maybe we can win in more markets.
Well, or they're choosing which ones they're going to back and the other ones they're beating down pretty hard. You kind of wonder if what you were talking about before is saying right now in the United States, over a lot of issues, you'd have more power if you're in a tech company than, say, in the Senate or in the White House. If the Chinese are watching this show, this conversation right now, I can assure you their response to that is, we're not going to let that happen here.
Yes, and that would be a natural reaction for governments, and surely it's part of what is motivating some of the crackdown on the tech companies. Question is, are you like Canute standing in front of the tide, and all you're going to do is worsen your company's position as you head into worsen your country's position as you head into inevitable future, or will you actually maintain power for the state? My guess is that states have a real vested interest in some specific areas like currencies where you really don't want to, it is the rational move for a state to try as hard as you can to make sure that crypto doesn't replace the state currency, right, and remove all the power that comes with being able to control the state currency. But I wonder whether China's move cracking down on its national champions is going to the state will continue to maintain power over the long run over whether it just is delaying the inevitable process that we were talking about a minute ago.